Hello everybody, this is SuperFang99. Before we begin, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell to be notified when I post a new video. It really helps out the channel. With that out of the way, today we are starting our campaign playthrough of The Path to Carcosa. Super excited. This is by far one of my most favorite campaigns in this whole game, and I'm excited to be able to play it with y'all. Without further ado, before we begin the campaign, I wanted to go over the investigators that we'll be playing. So, let's start with William York, and if you don't know, I can do this now. That's super cool. Okay, so this is William York. He is the Grave Digger. He has 3 willpower, 2 intellect, 4 combat, and 3 agility. As a reaction, after you defeat an enemy, play an asset from your discard pile, paying its cost. Limit once per round. His Elder Sign effect is +2. If this test is successful, return 1 card from your discard pile to your hand. York is by far one of the most powerful investigators in the game, I think. His Elder Sign effect is insane. His ability itself is really, really good, especially with some new cards that came out in Edge of the Earth, which I'll be going over in just a moment. His deck building is Survivor, level 0 to 5, Neutral 0 to 5, and Guardian 0 to 2. He has Bury Them Deep, Graveyard Ghouls, and a random basic weakness. Speaking of, let's go over his deck. So, we're starting with Short Supply. I know, I'm a basic. Well, I mean, it's not necessarily basic. This card, just came out. Or at least, most recently came out. Short Supply is just really good in York. We're going to do it. Okay, this is the first unorthodox one, I think. We're going to do Geared Up William York. Lots of items, and we're going to play them. We're going to try at least. Speaking of items, it has been confirmed that Schaffner's catalog does work with Geared Up, in the sense that the secrets on Schaffner's catalog can be paid with for other items that Geared Up plays. So that is going to be awesome. Some more items. We have some bandages, Gravedigger's Shovel, and onto our weapons. Bandages, by the way, is going to be for our eventual level 2 beat cup, which is pretty cool. So we have 2 knives. I think knives is actually pretty good in Will York. It's a pretty good swap out for later weapons. But knives is pretty good, because especially you can get them back after you kill something, so that's good. We have our classic machetes. We are playing without Taboo this campaign as well. We have 2 baseball bats, and we have 2 18 Derringers. And of course, we also have Mr. Potterson himself, 2 cherished keepsake. Hopefully William will never die. Speaking of beat cop, we have a level 0. We have 2 level 0 beat cops. Hopefully upgrading those to level 2 as soon as we can. All right, next for some events, we have 2 stand togethers. We have 2 look what I found, just in case he needs to do some cloovering, and 2 hit me's. You might be wondering, why aren't these luckies? Well, you'll see that in a sec. Mainly because I only have 1 revised core set. Alright, for skills, we have, of course, 2 Vicious Blows. We have 2 Not Without a Fight. I actually think this card is pretty undervalued. It's pretty good. Specifically at level 0, for me, it's on the power level of, say, Inquiring Mind. It is very good at level 0, but then kind of falls off and can be replaced with other things. And we have 2 Overpowers along with his signature cards, of course. Alright, so that is William York. Along with William, we are going to be playing Minh T. Fan. I love Minh. She is the secretary. She has 4 willpower, 4 intellect, 2 combat, and 2 agility. After an investigator at your location commits a card to a skill test, that card gains a wild icon until the end of the test. Limit once for each investigator per round. Her Elder Sign effect is +1. You may choose a skill card committed to the skill test to return to its owner's hand after this test ends. Super, super good ability. Her deck building is Seeker cards 0 to 5, Neutral 0 to 5, and Survivor level 0 to 2, and of course she has her signatures. Let's go over her deck. We have these scavengings, mainly because we're going to be doing a little bit something weird with our upgrades. We're going to be trying to play the Necronomicon. So we'll see how that goes. So scavenging the Necronomicon is our goal. All right, so for her untranslated card or whatever, we're going to be trying out these Archaic Glyphs. Obviously, Archaic Glyphs Guiding Stones is a great Seeker clue compression card, so we'll be aiming to get that as soon as we can. And of course, we have Dr. Mylan Christopher. He is really good, especially since we're not playing Taboo. All right, for some items. These items are pretty good to scavenge, so it's not bad. We have magnifying glasses, we have flashlights, and we have old key rings. All right, let's go into some events. We have 2 Look What I Found. By the way, the only reason I have 4 copies of this is because I have the Stella Clark Investigator deck. So that's nice. We have 2 Luckies. These are where the Luckies are. William York is probably going to be taking the Lucky 3s, while Minh is either going to be taking Lucky 2s or just sticking at regular Luckies. She has 2 shortcuts for some movement compression. All right, let's go into skills, since Minh, that is basically her wheelhouse. We have 2 deductions, 2 inquiring minds, 2 Eurekas, 2 resourcefuls, hopefully to get those Luckies back, 2 perceptions, and 2 guts, and then her signatures. All right, so let me zoom back out. And now, let's do our basic weaknesses. I found my calculator from high school. So, my calculator, I'm going to be using a random function. We have 31 random basic weaknesses to choose. So I will press this button. 29, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This goes to 18, and then we skip this one. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Oh my god. This is for York, by the way. What? Campaign mode only. When you become the bearer of this weakness, gain 2 experience. Revelation, lose 5 resources. If you cannot, instead remove... Oh, fuck. All right. Well, at least it's not damned. No, sorry, I'm not damned. The other one. Haunt. What is it called? I forgot. Anyway, so we are doing that again. However, we only have 30 this time. And this one is for Minh. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hypochondria. After you take 1 more damage, take a direct horror. Okay, that's not so bad. I have sleeved those up, and we are now ready to begin the campaign. So let's start with some rules introductions. So we have... I'll read the words. I'll read the rules for hidden. Some encounter cards in the Path to Carcosa campaign have the hidden keyword. Hidden cards have a revelation abilities that secretly add them to your hand. This should be done without revealing that card or its text to the other investigators. While the hidden card is in your hand, treat it as if it were in your threat area. Its constant abilities are active, and abilities on it can be triggered, but only by you. A hidden card counts towards your hand size, but it cannot be discarded from your hand by any means except those described on the card. When discarded, hidden cards are placed in the encounter discard pile. They do not remain a part of your deck like weaknesses do. For the best experience, players are encouraged to stay in character and not share information about hidden cards in their hand. Of course, unfortunately, because we are playing two-handed solo, I will be able to know the information, so that's just going to be a given. Hopefully, it shouldn't be too much of an issue, but that's what it is. We'll go into doubt and conviction later, and of course, we have story cards. All right, so we are playing on standard difficulty. So we have a +1, 2 zeros, 3 -1s, 2 -2s, a -3, a -4, 3 skulls, the auto fail, and the elder sign. All right, and now we can begin at the prologue. I'm going to zoom in for this. Let's see if I can do a little more. You turn over the folded program in your hands, reading it for what seems like the 100th time. Miskatonic Playhouse presents The King in Yellow. It reads, a special one-night engagement at Arkham's very own Ward Theatre. An irresistible drama in 2 acts, production staged and directed by Nigel Ingram. The cast is a small ensemble with 1 unattributed credit at the end, The Stranger. To have such a highly anticipated play come to Arkham all the way from Paris is a noteworthy event, even if it is just for 1 night. For weeks leading up to the show, it was the talk of the town. It seemed so unassuming, and yet you have evidence something sinister is at work. It started with the disappearance of one of the stagehands at the theater, a boy of only 17 who missed rehearsal 1 night and was never seen from again. Then, less than 2 weeks before the performance, there was a musician whose corpse was found with a gun in its mouth. Perhaps most chilling was the crazed man the coppers had picked up in Independence Square, who had been ranting and raving about the king's return. He was brought to Arkham Asylum, and you were surprised to discover that he was not alone in his delusions. Finding these events suspicious, you and your companions have delved deeper into the matter. Although no connection can be proven, these weren't the only strange events surrounding the up-and-coming play. Instances of suicide and madness have followed in its wake, and you are determined to discover why. The lights in the auditorium dim, and a spotlight shines on the stage. What unfolds is not quite what you expected. Slow-paced and monotonous, the first act of The King in Yellow is a tedious bore. The setting and characters are compelling, but the meandering and nonsensical story does little to entertain or inform. You begin to wonder whether the dreadful events surrounding The King in Yellow aren't connected, after all. Perhaps it was just your overactive imagination. How could such a trivial and unassuming show cause such pandemonium? You are surprised when the first act closes without any rising action or revelation. The lights rise for the intermission, and you consider leaving early, stifling a yawn. Before you are able to decide, however, you find yourself drifting to sleep. If Lola Hayes was chosen as an investigator for this campaign, the investigator reads Lola's prologue. Otherwise, proceed to Scenario 1, Curtain Call. And we will see you all next time for that scenario. Probably pretty soon, actually. It probably should come out as soon as this video is out. If you like this video, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell to be notified when I post a new video. It really helps out the channel. This has been SuperFang99, signing off.